Welcome to Relax Time Radio, broadcast nightly from 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Radio Thailand, Chiang Mai.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. Making their way that's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Just a good old boy, they wouldn't change if they could. Fighting the system like a true modern day Robin Hood.
Look. Good evening.
Hey Russell, nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys. Wow.
Hey.
Relax time.
Yeah, relax time Thursday night.
It's good to be back in the studio.
Yeah, it sure is.
Wow. Time flies. 9th of July. When was the last time we were in? It must have been about mid-March, right?
March. Mid-March, yeah. Yeah, mid-March.
Wow.
I have to say, it feels good to be back in the
It sure does.
proverbial hot seat.
It sure does.
And to hear your dulcet tones
face
to face.
I was just thinking, why do our voices sound so dull? And then I realized it's the new normal.
It is.
Because we're wearing these face shields.
I mean, you thought you were dull before.
Yeah.
I got news for you, pal.
Oh boy.
You're 2 to 3 times more dull.
This is about as dull as I could probably get.
Yeah. It sounds like you're speaking through a rubber chicken. Remember when you used to do those phone calls to me and
that was fun.
disguising your voice?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but less fun.
Tell me about it.
But you know what is fun is some of this music that we've got lined up, because we're back to actually doing music as a part of the program rather as a juxtaposition to the program.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, those philosophical discourses that we were going on, multi-week kind of elaborations on world history, current affairs,
Badminton,
ninjutsu, quite a lot of stuff. Cooking. Oh, nice to take a bit of a break and just hit that jukebox.
I'll say.
What do you got lined up, Russell?
Oh, wow. I've got a lot of stuff that, we got a lot of pen-up music here. We've got some Living Color, which we always like to hear. Fishbone,
Lit.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow.
And
just stop there. I can't possibly even fathom that.
I'm excited.
I think that's the initial threefer.
Right? Yeah, well, that's where we're going to start, yeah.
Speaking of starting,
yeah.
Do you think it's time that we could mention that we're still taking requests for the show, or we are once again taking requests for the show?
I think that this is the ideal time to mention that.
There's a competition, if either of us can remember the number, 053 276 793.
Yeah.
That is the number to call.
Yeah.
You know how I got it? I just switch off the brain. It just goes back to this kind of reptilian stem where it's stored away in there, that number.
You know what's interesting is I could never remember that number for years in the past, and now I can remember it.
Yeah,
Isn't that bizarre?
It's
053
276
276
793.
793.
It's a paradox, Russell. It's a great paradox.
It is.
So yeah, if you're out there, and I do use the word if because, hey, crazy times. Not sure what's really going on in terms of the audience for our show.
So we're relying on you to call in and tell us what's going on out there.
Proof of life.
Yeah, proof of life.
Let us know if you're out there.
Let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from
you.
We would.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can also contact us through Facebook, and we should be on our YouTube channel.
We should be on both, yeah. So PM us with your requests, dedications, and thoughts.
In the meantime, we suggest you grab those moccasins and the cup of malted milk.
And enjoy this fishbone coming at you.
Yeah, kick back, relax. It's Relax Time Radio here on Radio Thailand.
Stay with us.
At the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done. There's another cry of murder. Policemen shoot down baby brother. Shut him down in the street. The city knows the mother's grief. Were they sure they got the right one? And did they know it was her only son? Father tries to feed his family. They come here to find their opportunity. Living in the streets. With their dreams and with their humility. Can we see all the pain and hurt? They love this land maybe more than us. Yeah. Another bourgeois politician is out pleased but does not listen. Never sees the need. But caters only to his greed. Can he see there's no use in lying? And don't he know all our hope is dying?
moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
Look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Mussolini and Kennedy, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a mirror speaks, the reflection lies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set me free. I saw the things you need to be. I'm the smiling face on your TV. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. I exploit you, still you love me. I tell you 1 and 1 makes 3. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. Like Joseph Stalin and Gandhi. Oh, I'm the cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality. Neon lights, Nobel Prize. When a leader speaks, that leader dies. You won't have to follow me. Only you can set you free.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hey, that was a refreshing
You like that?
threefer.
Yeah.
I loved it. What did we have? We had Chili Peppers High Ground from Mother's Milk.
Yeah.
And before that, we had
In Living Color.
Living
Cult of
Color,
Personality.
Cult of Personality.
yeah, great.
You know, I hadn't realized just how much those guys took from the Bad Brains.
Living Color.
Yeah, it just hadn't really occurred to me.
How much did they take? Because they're pretty low tempo.
Quite a bit.
They're pretty low
Really?
tempo. I mean, they're not
you
like
know-
it's not like Big Takeover or something like you're not
Well,
really.
It kind of is. It's kind of like the
Is it because
Quickness
they're-
album.
It's
I would say,
well,
and I would be right.
nice. If only we could play some Bad Brains on the radio and still be
Well,
here next week.
Well, you know that stuff wasn't that Quickness. You know, I don't know. It just sounds an awful lot like some of that Bad Brains stuff.
It's like if you got the Bad Brains and mixed it with.
Yeah, lightened it up. You know,
Rolling
made it a little more.
Stones or something?
Made a pudding out of it. Of course, you soften up the vocals.
Yeah,
I don't know.
do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I see it, Russell. I
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah,
in
I
there.
mean, he's painting with a very broad brush. It's like black guys that aren't doing hip hop.
I
They're
think
all
that- I
Bad
think
Brains
that-
and
I
Living
think
Color.
that, they definitely owe a little something to the Bad Brains. You know.
Well, when you put it so eloquently, yeah, I can't argue with that. Unlike everything else,
Well, you got to consider they were coming out of CBGBs. I mean, Living Color.
similarities.
Well,
Just like Blondie.
the Bad Brains had been there for 10 years prior.
And the Ramones.
And they're sounding an awful lot like them. But they don't sound like the Ramones. Come on.
Well, they do. Yeah. Well,
No, they
I'm
don't
just,
sound like
you
the
know,
Ramones.
you know,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just,
just.
I'm just mucking around.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to be back
Yeah, as am I.
and to not talk about cooking, lockdown exercise,
Yeah.
or any of those things.
Well,
I still like Fishbone. I think Ghetto Soundwave sounds good to me.
a little before the show, I was saying to Paul that if you check either band's Wikipedia page, you'll find that both Fishbone and the Red Hot Chili Peppers resolved to make a band after attending a concert by the New York funk group Defunct, which is
So we have to
Really?
delve deep.
Which-
You
which
got a few
sadly-
tracks over there?
sure I have. Sadly, Defunct just kind of became a footnote in music history, but great band.
I don't-
Definitely far superior to Fishbone, in my opinion.
Hey, speaking
I
of
liked that
footnotes,
song.
Yeah.
I think Defunct is not even a footnote in Anthony Kiedis's Scar Tissue autobiography,
Oh, did he
which
not,
I made
did
the
he make
mistake
no,
of reading.
Did he make no mention of?
I
Defunct?
don't believe so.
I
I
haven't
don't
read
think
the
there
book.
was a chapter called, Put It All Down to Defunct. It was more sort of like
Yeah.
moaning about growing up in Hollywood with all these opportunities
Yeah.
and being a sort of messed up guy and so troubled.
Yeah,
Pretty much every chapter.
Yeah, he really had to. He really had to pay the price growing up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, but there was no mention of Defunct. But I might dust it off the shelf and really get the magnifying glass out. And
I'll do a little research on this side of the glass.
nice. Have you got some tracks though?
I
From
do have.
Defunct?
There's also some Jamiroquai coming up. Some
Whoa,
some Marvin
whoa!
Gaye.
Surprise for you.
Strap yourselves in.
Yeah,
Things are gonna get crazy.
yeah, it's gonna get pretty wild over here. Still open to requests, dedications, thoughts on whatever.
Oh yeah, musings. Yeah, let us know what you think of the face shields. I know what I think, and I'm gonna be wearing mine all night.
Yeah,
well,
as
it is
am
probably
I.
pretty practical for riding a motorbike, right? Is
It is, yeah. Keeps the bugs out.
Does
yeah,
it?
definitely.
Is it too much in the wind? Does
There's
it do
a little bit of
this?
wobble. There's a bit of wind
Okay.
wobble, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this is my first time with
You
the
look
face
good.
shield.
It's very flattering.
I feel like I'm about to do a science experiment or something.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at a really wild party. It was so crazy I had to wear a face shield. Been to a few.
I would be glad if I were wearing this. This would kind of be practical for like cold and flu season for teaching.
Yeah, I mean, whoever
'Cause,
thought?
you know-
I mean, apparently before COVID, no one ever cared. They were just like, whatever, get sick, teacher, students coughing, blah, you know, you'll live.
I can't tell you how many times I got sick from students sneezing
know.
on me.
I mean,
So many.
I could quiz you, but you
Every
probably
year.
couldn't tell me. Yeah.
Every year. At least once.
Hey, speaking of which, Russell, you've been keeping track of that COVID situation here in the kingdom. What are we at now? 45 days, no domestic infection?
I think we've gone beyond 45, haven't we?
Is it possible to go beyond 45? I mean,
It's hard to say.
is it conceivable? I think we can get the 50, the half century.
And then what do you suppose will happen?
Go for the 100, as we say in cricket. Go for the ton. Yeah, well, you know, who knows? It's a great mystery. Lucky we have music to pass the time.
I'll say.
Where's this defunct at?
Why don't you
bro?
give that number again before we get back into the music?
Come on, Elizabeth. You got it.
053 2
Yeah.
76
Yep. You got it.
793.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually haven't checked if the phone's plugged in, so you got good luck with that.
276 793. Got it.
Yeah. It's all
All right.
there, and you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on all over the place. Send us a message or something.
Stay with us.
You are strangling me with your love in your hotel room of permanent disorder. I cry for help, for open air. You close the window and I pass out between your walls in your arms. I slept alone for many whole nights, but one more minute and I will kill you. You look at me as if you had no eyes, but when you touch me, I have no skin. You made love to a photocopy and left the room in perfect order by leaning out of the window and traveling by ambulance, strangling me with your love. 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 You are strangling me with your love in your hotel room of permanent disorder. I cry for help, for open air. You close the window and I pass out between your walls in your arms, choking to death. Strangling me with your love, choking. Strangling me with your love, choking. Strangling me with your love, choke me to death. Strangling me with your love. You are strangling me with your love. 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 Choking. Strangling me with your love. Strangling me with your love. Hanging. Strangling me with your love. Strangling me with your love. You are strangling me with your love in your hotel room of permanent disorder. I cry for help, for open air. You close the window and I pass out between your walls in your arms. I slept alone for many whole nights, but one more minute and I will kill you. You look at me as if you had no eyes. When you touch me, I have no skin. You made love to a photocopy and left the room in perfect order by leaning out of the window and traveling by ambulance. Straining me with your love, choke me. Straining me with your love, get your groove. Straining me with your love, killing. Straining me with your love, choking me. Straining me with your love, oh. Straining me with your love. inflation, no chance to increase finance. Bills pile up, sky high, send that boy off to die. Oh, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Yeah, make me wanna holler the way they do my life. Oh, baby. Hang-ups, letdowns, bad breaks, setbacks, natural. Fact is, honey, that I can't pay my taxes. Oh, make me wanna holler and throw up both my hands. Yeah, it made me wanna holler and throw up both my hands. Oh, crime is increasing. Trigger happy, policing. Panic is spreading. God knows where we're headed. Oh, baby, and maybe they don't understand. Everybody thinks we're wrong. Mother, who are they to judge us? Mother, mother, simply call me sweet, wear our hair long. Mother, mother, ooh.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
That was quite the triple play.
Sure was.
Elizabeth, can you talk us through that? What did we have?
So we had Marvin Gaye, Inner City Blues, Make Me Wanna Holler. And before that, it was Jamiroquai, right? Emergency on Planet Earth.
Yeah, it was.
So I thought that was kind of fitting for the day.
His second album, Emergency on Planet Earth?
I don't know.
Return of the Space Cowboy was... anyway, we can find out. We'll delve into it.
And
find out?
before that, who was that, Russell?
Little Defunct in there.
That was great.
Hot stuff.
I loved it.
So, did they, like, fold back in the day, like in the 80s, or did they kind of keep...
They're
were
still
they
out there.
Journeyman style?
Defunct is still out there.
They're playing...
They're not defunct.
They're
not
playing
defunct.
tribal casinos all around North America?
They're based in, I do believe, the Netherlands now.
That makes sense in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it does.
I think they'd be appreciated in a country.
In the Netherlands?
Yeah, in the Low Countries. They dig a bit of funk like that.
Yeah, I would think so.
Funky folks.
I think Defunct could get by just about anywhere.
Yeah, that was great. I
Yeah, that
loved
was
it.
great. I like that. And speaking of things I like, a lot of it coming up still, Diggable Planets. That happened, Sly and the Family Stone.
You're always banging
Couple of
on
my
about
faves right there.
Diggable Planets.
I am. Anything diggable, I'm banging on about.
I dig. I'm just looking up that Jamiroquai
What are you doing
album.
over there? I thought you had some lifesavers.
No,
Not
no,
an
I'm
endorsement.
looking at this whole emergency on planet Earth scenario.
Yeah. Do you remember when Lifesavers, and I don't mean as a brand, but as a thing, mints, rolls of things that
Totally.
you put in your mouth and candies,
In a
sweets?
You're talking about this in a historical sense.
Yeah, they used to be a much bigger thing.
They
were
were huge.
To have a Tic Tac, breath mints.
Pre Mentos.
Is
Mentos.
Mentos?
And they really took the market, I think.
But
And,
nobody eats those anymore
I
either.
don't like Mentos.
my son eats Mentos.
No, people
Kids
like
eat-
Mentos.
People love Mentos.
I'm a fan of the Fisherman's Friend.
Me too.
Are you?
I do like a fisherman. I mean,
Lozenges?
this is all in a very non-commercial sense.
Very
Just
non-commercial
facts,
sense.
people.
Just facts about
Sharing
you know.
everyday things.
But Lifesavers, those were huge. Those are just, they scream the 70s, I think.
And actually, Russell, they had a slogan in the Australian Lifesavers commercials that said, "Lifesavers, get a whole lot more out of life," with HOLE as the
Yeah.
pun on the
Yeah, I
gig.
get the
Was
pun.
that in the US as well? That they used the same?
It may have been, but I remember Lifesavers having a different slogan that I don't remember.
You remember
I
the
remember there being a slogan
that you
that,
don't remember.
But
Okay.
I don't recall exactly what it was. Yeah, I'm going to find out.
Well,
What did you find on your phone there?
Jamiroquai's Emergency on Planet Earth was his first album.
Oh, okay.
Return of the Space Cowboy came in '94 because he was so hot at that time. He was white hot. He was like canned heat. That's a Jamiroquai pun because one of his latest singles was called Canned Heat. Okay, anyway, I'm working with what I got here, people.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty hot info.
Well, thank you. Yeah, because then you can stop caring with Jamiroquai after the third album, which was Traveling Without Moving, which had the whole, that big hit that he had. What was that one again, Elizabeth? You're a huge Jamiroquai fan.
No, I really pretty much am just
Virtual
a
Insanity.
huge fan of the first album.
Remember? Yeah, well, tell me about it because, as I said, once you get into 1999's Synchronized with a K, and then a Funk Odyssey of 2001, and then the other albums that people
Not as good.
increasingly don't care about. Yeah, that pretty much sums up Jamiroquai, and I mean that in the most respectful way, because I
We
like
love
that.
him.
I like that funk explosion of the 93 to say 96. I remember Australia had a lot of funk, jazz funk fusion bands that kind of just blew up everywhere.
And Jamiroquai even has the didgeridoo to go along with it.
Cultural misappropriation. Yeah, I love it. Thanks for that. I mean, could you get away with that now? I mean, he'd pretty much be dragged before some sort of court, right?
I don't know.
He's not Indigenous Australian.
He's not.
He's not. Let's leave it at that. He's not. You draw your own conclusions, folks. Oh boy.
I was unable to find any slogans for Lifesavers. I did find a Fisherman's Friend for the Stormy Breath.
Oh, that's a weird one. The
Well,
first-
these shields just probably prevent anyone from
Yeah,
knowing,
yeah.
except
That-
for
except for
ourselves.
oneself.
Yeah, just gassing yourself.
Kind of noticing that,
Do you-
like, wow.
Okay, so now Fisherman's Friend has a lot of different brands. Do you remember the original Fisherman's Friend, Russell or Elizabeth?
No.
Okay,
No.
so
I do.
I'll tell you my little story about. I'd never heard of these things before, and I think it was about 1990, 91. They entered the Australian market because we had these other sorts of there was a throat lolly they were considered. So Fisherman's Friend was the way they did their ads was you're like a mariner on a trawling ship or some sort of cargo ship. It's like merchant marine kind of stuff. And you're in your slicker, Russell, you know, like it's like deadliest catch. And you've got a tickle in the tonsils. So you're going to pop that Fisherman's Friend. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, he was a vocalist in a death metal band. So he had to do all the growling kind of vocalizations, like that throat shredding, stuff like, you know, like the kind of Napalm Death, Carcass kind of stuff. You know, go back through your record collection. And it was real throat shredder stuff. And he was only like 17, 18, so he's really just putting his voice through the mincer, basically. So he started taking these Fisherman's Friends, because they were the only thing they were so incredibly powerful, that original formulation, that he had to go there. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll try one. Oh wow, that was almost like, I don't know, peyote or something, or a sweat lodge, or some sort of a pill of tobacco, or something horrific. Like, it was really full on, and he was just popping that stuff like a packet a day. He was on a pack a day.
Oh.
So there you go. OG Fisherman's Friend. Russell, what are you doing over there, man?
Just typing a little bit of info.
The memoir, working on the memoirs.
Working on the memoirs.
So is there any more information on this, what's it called, Defunct?
No, not currently. I thought we were
You're
moving
still
on.
You're still on the Lifesavers
I thought
over there by yourself?
Yeah, I thought we're kind of on Lifesavers now.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, not to go on. You were saying about.
Oh, no, I've completely.
Napalm Death, Fisherman's Friend
I
experience.
can't hear over that, whatever that funkatronic sort of music was.
Yeah.
What's lined up on the playlist over there, Russell?
Still Diggable Planets and Sly and the Family Stone.
Well,
that coming up.
do you have a plan to unleash them upon our
Yeah,
auditory
I thought
receptacles?
Just waited for you to finish your story. And,
I know, come on.
We're ready to go.
Okay, crank it.
You ready?
Yeah, up to 11.
Why
up
don't
to
you
11.
Why don't you give him that number?
Why don't you give him that number?
Because I'm going to give him the Facebook details.
I'm going to
Okay.
give you Facebook.
Okay,
I'll do the number.
053-276-793. Call in with your requests, your dedications, your thoughts, or whatever else. Also, reach us on Facebook. Find us there, Relax Time Radio. Don't forget to like the page while you're there. And we'll be back.
What he said.
If you want me to stay, I'll be around today to be available for you to see. I'm about to go, and then you'll know for me to stay, I got to be me. You'll never be in doubt, that's what it's all about. You can't take me for granted and smile. Calvin Grace, I'm gone. Forget reaching by phone, because I promise I'll be gone for a while. When you see me again, I hope that you have been the kind of person that you really are now. You got to get in straight. How could I ever be late when you're my woman taking up my time? Oh, how could you ever allow? I wonder how would you get out of pocket for fun? How when you know that you're never number two, number one you shape me again, I hope that you haven't been the kind of person you really are now. I'll be so good. I wish I could get the message over to you now.
Non deixen de escoitar toda a noite 98.6 nas landas francesas.
jiving rap is life where I'm from. Where I'm from, a mod play with Izzy where I'm from. Where I'm from, it be like run your coat black. Jupiter keeps a fat beats by the pack where I'm from. Nappy hair is like, we be reading Marx where I'm from. The kids be rocking Clarks where I'm from. You turn around your cap, you talk over a beat, and dig some sounds booming out of Jeep where I'm from. Cocoons hide the youth, Twin units 100 proof. You want some beef, they will cut you some where I'm from. The beats is infinite where I'm from. Voodoo at Shubanim, gangsta lean where I'm from. I'm interplanetary, my insect movements vary. It's kinky if it's hair, G where I'm from. The fire hoses blow, it's purple when it's snow. I do a hit and go, split. It's hip, what's hip? When hip is just the norm. Cause planets pledge allegiance to the funk in all its forms. The kinks, the dance, the prints on all the shirts. My grandmother told my mother it's Africa at work. On vibes, we freak, them universal beats. You find it at the spot, you hit it ends of every week. We twist, exist, to spin the maddest hits. Up here funk is our neighbor, so we paid her a visit. The lip we sit can house the 9 zips. For rock we can't do nothing, but this we come equipped. Off disc, off tape, rap blast until from 8. The really truly fat, the fly, on the flip. Coco gotta know how planets gotta roll. Speak the mega cool, get funky as a goal. It's calm, relax, we're only some new jacks that acts on the funk but don't play the role. Where you from? Places and places we fly. Poppin' 2 places and places we fly. Space and all the hit places we fly. Yeah, money was the hats underneath my neck.
Wicked dick plans got teen where I'm from. Where I'm from, it's Clarence 13 where I'm from. Where I'm from, brothers took the beats and got fly. Why? That's most asked by 85 where I'm from. Faking the funk, you get dead. Projects, tenements, pyramids where I'm from. We're living off that boom boom crack. It's that hip hop rockers jazz when I max. Peace be the greeting of the insect tribe. Pestilent forces can't catch the vibe. We live to love and we love to rock mics. We speak in ghetto tongue, cause ghetto's the life. Food for thought, so get a buffet plate. The lyrics are so fat, you might gain weight. So just watch me step alone into the sunset. Left foot, right foot, 1, 2, mic check. Brewing funk inside my soul kitchen. So pull up a chair, here's a bit, have a listen. A hard head intervene.
Damn, I know you flew.
Yeah, cause Doodle ain't having it, and Butterfly knew it. Where you
Places
from?
and places we fly. Lay it on places and spaces we fly. Space and all the smooth places we fly. Jump for the G-Rides, Mecca. Yeah, you know it's like Venus acts a fool at the square, right?
Yeah.
Doctors, engineer, and a pair, right?
Yeah.
Hip-hop made a point last year, right?
Yeah.
But planets is the joint this year, right?
Yeah.
Planets cop the duds and live to grass hop. Dug out from the fuzz that sweat the hip-hop. Rising like we foam, get it from the dome. I'm from where the fat beats stretch for mad blocks. We can get a kick without no breath. Feeling funky beats, go straight to the head. Fall into a club, dig on what we love. It be past 6 before we reach bed. But a fix of relics, we say, those are fat. Doodle making silk, the quad, where it's at. We knew the step was set for rap to take a step. So we treat our clips just like busting caps. Whip it till dawn, kick it till dawn. Hip-hop is a fix or else we be gone. People thought they canned it, rap is not by bandits. Diggable planets got it going on.
Everywhere, everywhere,
Everywhere,
everywhere,
everywhere,
everywhere,
yeah.
everywhere,
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 yeah.
everywhere, everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere, everywhere,
Yeah. Everywhere, 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 everywhere,
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Welcome back.
Hey, it's more great music. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, whoever programmed this completely lit
hot stuff.
list.
It's pretty lit.
So take us through that musical journey, Elizabeth. Diggable Planets.
Diggable Planets. So
what's the song? What's the album? Who are they? What are they?
You always ask the album,
I know.
and half the time I don't
okay,
know.
well, just anything about them. Are they
So,
American, English?
I have no idea. I just like that
Oh
song.
my goodness. I'm
We have a
backpedaling here.
very different approach to music.
That-
You're all about
that's
the
okay.
facts. I'm all about the feelings.
Oh, well, come on.
It's true. I'm
That-
just like,
that
this
just
song
hurt.
is
That
just
just
how.
hurt.
Well, you know,
Russell,
Yeah.
what do you know about Diggable Planets?
Brooklyn hip hop group from the late 80s, early 90s.
There we go.
Yeah.
Mm.
You don't remember that?
We'll see. Yeah. Oh, this is Snap.
This Snap. Yeah, this has nothing to do with Diggable Planets at
Yeah.
all. I thought it would make our conversation seem more lively.
It just seems like it's overshadowed now.
Well, you know, I found this article, Paul, and
I'm
it
ready.
seems you were right. The CIA did write the Scorpions' Wind of Change, one of the best-selling songs of all time.
Hang on a sec. I need to draw attention to the fact that Elizabeth doesn't even know what song you're talking about. Like, this is brilliant. Right?
She knows it.
Okay, I've got a few
Whistle it
questions
for
for you, Elizabeth. Do you remember a little something called the Berlin Wall?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you remember Checkpoint Charlie? You know the scene of there's like the border between East and West Germany in Berlin, and people are running and they try to reach their loved one on the other side, and the guards shot above our heads, over our heads, like from Heroes, right? Bowie.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do know that song.
Do you remember when the USSR fell apart? And,
Yes. I remember all
West
these
Germany.
things. But I was pretty
and
young,
East
but I
Germany
remember.
unified. Okay. Do you remember an album called Love Drive?
No.
You should.
Is that the album it was on?
No, but I'm just saying famous Scorpions albums, like
No, I couldn't name
all
one.
the rest.
I know one
Well.
song for sure by the Scorpions, which is
Holiday?
No One Like You.
No One Like You.
No
You mean I'm Still Loving You?
No One Like You.
No One Like You?
Hang on a second.
I think that we're going to have to
Yeah,
have
there's-
a Scorpions triple play.
Okay.
One song each.
Scorpions. And tell me the name of this song.
No one Like You.
No One Like You?
All right, I really hope I'm right. Now I'm doubting myself.
You are right.
Okay.
You are right.
What album did it come from?
A mixtape that my boyfriend made for me in high school.
Nice. See, that's the
So
juice we're looking for.
This is from the Blackout Deluxe Edition. Blackout is the album.
Oh, nice.
Wait, this just came out last year.
It's like a.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding.
You know the Scorpions.
Still got boyfriends making mixtapes.
Yeah.
Putting the Scorpions on it.
I don't know when that song came out before he was my boyfriend.
Do you remember when I made you play Scorpions once or twice?
Yeah.
And you
Normally I don't tolerate that.
Yeah, I know you were grumbling, and then we looked into the Scorpions a little bit about their history.
Yeah.
And I think they just passed at the time their 50th
Yeah, right.
band anniversary.
Right.
50th band anniversary, right?
Oh my god!
Yeah, those guys. Were, when
yeah.
Winds of Change came out, which
They'd
literally
been-
is one of the biggest songs of all time.
That was their 25th anniversary.
Yeah, these guys were already in their 50s.
They were dinosaurs
I
before.
need to hear Winds of Change, obviously.
Yeah, you do.
I started listening to it.
When you hear it, you're going to say,
Yeah.
oh,
It-
right.
Okay, there was a period of time. I always equate Scorpions' Winds of Change with tuk-tuk drivers or songtail drivers, because there was a period of time when you jump into one of the aforementioned transports, and odds on, especially if you're a dude like me with long hair and a beard, they'd be like, do you like the Scorpions? Let's put I'm like, yeah, sign me up. I love the Scorpions. Their award-winning discography, such as Love Drive, Animal Magnetism,
Yeah.
Blackout, and 1984's huge Love at First Sting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Love
That
at
was a
First
big
Sting.
one.
I do actually remember
Yeah,
that.
you do.
I do actually.
Which one was Holiday on? Oh, that
Holiday? Isn't that a Madonna song?
you don't know the Scorpions Holiday?
No, I don't know it.
Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Let me take you far away.
No.
You'd like a holiday.
Still don't
Let
know
me
it.
take you far away. You'd like a holiday.
Now, did Love at First Sting have Rock You Like a Hurricane? Yeah, it did.
Oh yeah, and do you
Yeah.
know that
Here
song
I
too?
am.
Rock you like a...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look, I can do this.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
Yeah, we all know that one.
And Still
Yeah, I know
Loving
that
You
one too.
and Big City Nights. That was also on Love at First Thing. We got to get into some of these
We're
scores.
going to get into it right now. I think we're going to kick it off with Holiday.
So you're saying that just before we do, right? You brought up before about the CIA thing.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in geopolitics and history and music, which we're interested in all those things, of course. Russell, you brought to my attention. There's a documentary going around at the moment
it's
where
it's a 9-installment podcast that that covers the topic of this song and the CIA involvement behind it.
And if you're wondering what could it possibly have to do with it, it was because there was like a transition period when the USSR had kind of broken down.
Yeah.
But the proper kind of reunification of the East and West Europe, it was probably going to happen, but maybe not quite sure yet. So it was still a bit sketchy.
What was all too clear is that it wasn't going to happen without a soundtrack.
This is exactly true. So this is like the boys at Langley. They got onto it,
They sure
according
did.
to this podcast documentary, and they were like, "You know who we need for this?" People are sort of like, Judas Priest? No. Rolling Stones? No, definitely not. Michael Jackson? Never. The Scorps, German home product. You can't not like them. It's like, if you're Eastern or Western German at that time, you're loving the Scorpions.
So check out this 9-part podcast series called Wind of Change, and follow the whole story. Remember, you heard it here first.
Can we please hear Winds of Change?
We're going to hear that. That's actually third in the queue of Scorpion's favorites. Holiday coming up first.
Yeah, I like typical you. Keep the lady waiting.
Keep them all waiting. The Scorps.
All right. Yeah, this is going to be wild.
Definitely. Stay with us.
Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Exchange the cold days for the sun. A good time and fun. Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Exchange your troubles for some love. Wherever let me take you far away. You'd like a holiday. Ooh, been a long time that we've been apart. Much too long for a man who needs love. I miss you since I've been away. Babe, wasn't easy to leave you alone. It's getting harder, don't let I go. If I had the choice, I would stay. There's no one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I imagine the things we do. I just wanna be loved by you. No one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I imagine the things we do. I just wanna be loved by you. There are really no words strong enough to describe all my longing for love. I don't want my feelings restrained. Ooh, babe, I just need you like never before. Just imagine, come through the storm to take all my sorrow away. There's no one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I imagine the things we do. I just wanna be loved by you. No one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I imagine the things we do. I just wanna be loved by you. No one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I imagine the things we do. I just wanna be loved by you. No one like you. I can't wait for the nights with you. I imagine the things we do. I just wanna be loved. Follow the Moskwa down to Gonky Park, listening to the wind of change. An August summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change. The world is closing in. Did you ever think that we could be so close, like brothers? The future's in the air, can feel it everywhere. I'm blowing with the wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment. The wind of change blows straight into the face of time. Like a storm wind, then we ring the freedom bell for peace of mind. Playing your ballad like I sing what my guitar wants to sing.
You've been listening to Relax Time Radio on Radio Thailand Chiang Mai.
Watch our live stream on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hey, we're talking about things other than that incredible Scorpions trilogy.
Yeah. What
So,
am I missing?
I have heard Winds of Change before.
Of course you have.
It's a true story. Anything with whistling in it, I immediately kind of tune out. So, yes, I've heard it before.
What other great epic songs have got whistling in it?
Can't Smile Without You by Barry Manilow. Let's see.
She's
That's
finally
pretty
onto
good.
something. Yeah,
Other songs.
Don't know the phone number, but got the Barry Manilow down.
Well,
Yeah,
I love
I like
Barry
it.
Manilow.
Whistling
Yeah,
tracks.
whistling is just.
Whistling's
it's
like
in
if
a-
you don't have a cowbell, you gotta have something.
I would much prefer a cowbell to whistling.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Russell, you're quite fond of the cowbell. You
I
have
am.
many, a lot of drumming expertise. You surely must have done that
the
cowbell.
bell, I mean, in some cultures, that's a dominant instrument in any music ensemble.
Name 3.
Name 3.
Cultures where the bell is a dominant instrument.
All throughout West Africa.
Oh,
there are
listen
cultures
to
where
you.
bells are the dominant instrument. There you have it.
Just
The
don't,
Igbo, there's one.
don't bother with any details.
Igungun.
Don't start. Don't start, man.
See, you have no idea.
Yeah, that was good. That was a really good effort. Yeah, I liked it. It was very convincing. Africa, that country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Scorpions, and that first Scorpions song is absolutely possibly their worst.
Oh, you didn't like that?
No.
Oh, I found that really inspired.
bad. And I'd listened to quite a lot of Scorpions, for my own,
Oh, you didn't enjoy
punishments
that?
in a previous
I
life.
like that track.
It was wildly terrible.
On
but
this side of the glass, we were giving it a thumbs down.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? You weren't appreciating it?
Well,
you
Sorry,
like those
Russell.
others more?
Elizabeth was wondering why you would dive that deep, because I was letting her know about the times I'd kind of.
It was a major hit that people don't, like Rock Me Like a Hurricane, Wind of Change, the one that you
Still Loving
advised
You.
us to play. Yeah, those are
Can't Be Without You.
those are much better known, whereas Holiday is kind of a forgotten hit.
I like it.
Like, I mean, can you even recall ever having heard it before?
No.
Right.
Thankfully.
See?
I love how you're actually, all those years, you know, where we used to have those little tiffs about playing the Scorpions on the show. But just to kind of one-up me after all this time, now you're an aficionado on early Scorpions obscure hits.
That wasn't... that's not even the early stuff. That's prime time, holiday. That was huge. It just wasn't...
It was huge in all the wrong places. I mean, you know that even Winds of Change only reached number 4 on the UK charts? Like, and I think in the States it was like number 21.
But on the Thai tuk-tuk drivers charts,
it's
number 1.
It's epic. It's an automatic number 1.
So where was it big?
Germany. Russia, I guess.
Russia. Was it big
Eastern
in
Bloc.
Russia?
I'd like to think so.
Would you? I mean, do you really
Well, put it
believe
this
that?
way. The Scorpions were invited to dinner with Mikhail Gorbachev.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So I think it was fairly big in Russia.
Yeah.
You know, dinner with the Prez.
Well, let's find out just how big it was.
We need to know. Talk
'cause
about playing to your audience.
I got the deets here.
If we've got some 50 to 60-year-old male Thai listeners out there tonight, they're going to be glued to their earpieces.
Well, these are albums.
Yeah.
Live albums.
Yeah, we're with you.
Compilations.
Don't forget that weather report in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing that, definitely. Singles, here we go.
Is this the Russia thing?
A lot of the tracks failed to chart at all. A lot of the singles, but when we get to Wind of Change, yeah, we find that in Germany it hit number 1.
Nice.
Good guess, Paul.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And as you said, in Australia it reached.
I think the UK it was number 4 or something, and the US
reached 7.
Yeah, it was pretty. I mean, it's funny because it had a huge saturation mainstream media. I was saying to Elizabeth, every news story I caught, say 1991, it had the Winds of Change playing in it at least once per night.
Big.
You know, it was crazy.
Unexplainably.
Yeah,
big.
Mysteriously big.
I thought of another whistling song.
Oh yeah, what was it?
It's a new song. It's
You're whistling on air.
So it's a I don't know what that song is. It's something about the young folks.
Young Folks is the name of the song.
Okay. Yep. See. Whistling.
Yeah, by
Whistling featured.
Yeah.
It's probably like 2000.
I've got the album at home. Yeah.
2006, something like that.
Young Folks. Yeah, that is a good whistling song. You're good. You're really good.
That's because I hear it and I just immediately go, oh, whistling.
Peter, Bjorn, and John, I think, is that it? Young Folks?
Is that who did that?
I'm finding out.
I got the power.
Yeah, Peter, Bjorn, and John, Young Folks.
This song I heard when I was surfing. And
you heard it while surfing?
And it was the best thing ever because I was having not a very good day of surfing and then I heard this song.
Did it make
you... That's it! I'm going to go back out there.
Oh, you felt like you had the power.
It's an empowering song.
It was great.
Snap, don't surf. That's all I got to say to you. I feel like you somehow defiled it a little. Like it's like they are urban kind of folks, like street culture.
Urban.
Then there's no surfing going on with Snap.
You know what is going on?
Weather
report. At 30 degrees. Air quality excellent.
Woohoo!
Partly cloudy out there. T-storm coming late tonight.
Yikes.
We're looking at low temperatures of 24 degrees, considerable clouds.
Whoa.
And tomorrow highs of 35, mostly cloudy.
That's exactly how I like it at this time of year.
That's the ideal weather report, if you ask me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like it too.
And just in time for us to say goodnight, I want to thank everyone who tuned in tonight and everyone listening to us on our YouTube page, as well as You guys. Thank you guys. This is great.
Thanks, Russell.
It's so
Good
great
to
to
see
be
you
back
on
in
the
the
other
studio.
side of the glass again.
What a triumphant return it was.
I'll say.
Hey, next week it's going to be even better.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Got stuff happening.
That's
Things.
right. We got a lot of stuff that, a lot of breaking news.
Yeah. It's going to
coming
be
up.
the results of that
Next week.
investigative reports.
Exactly. We'll be bringing that to you live.
From the traffic copper.
And remember, you can hear Relax Time Radio live and direct every night of the week right here on Radio Thailand 93.25 FM.
Yo, exactly. I second that. Thank you, Elizabeth. Great playlist.
Thank you.
That was wild.
That was a wild time.
Russell.
See you next week.
Yeah, have a good night, you guys.
Thank
have
you.
a good week ahead.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
และเครือข่ายทั่วประเทศเสนอข่าวต้นชั่วโมงรู้เร็วรู้จริงเกาะติดทุกสถานการณ์
จากนี้ไปเชิญรับฟังสรุปเหตุการณ์และความเคลื่อนไหวที่น่า